Hi friends, Sharad here once again with another video about ear training. So this is kind of mm, continuation of the last video that I did. That was about intervals. So in that video we learned theoretically about intervals. And this is like another next step, learning ear training. And there has been a gap from the last video, the interval video. I actually put the gap because I assumed that you would practice that thing, and once you have practiced that thing, then now this thing would make much more sense, and that will be easier to understand. So let's get started. In this video, we would talk about singing notes, scales, let's say. Why singing is important? Singing is very important. It's not only important for singers, but regardless of whatever instrument you are playing, you should be able to sing. You do not necessarily have to have a beautiful voice or sweet voice. Well, if you want to be a singer and if you want to sing, then of course you should work on that to have the beautiful sound and this and that. But as just for instrumentalist, you are playing guitar, violin, saxophone, piano, whatever your instrument, you should be able to sing in tune. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to have beautiful voice, sweet voice, but you should be in tune. So the idea here is to keep our throat in tune, same as we keep our instrument in tune, right? We tune our instrument so that it would be in tune, or play in tune. If it is out of tune, then that doesn't make any sense. Same with our throat. And another important reason why it's important to sing is, like, once you can produce the sound, then when you hear that sound, then you will be able to recognize, oh, that's this sound. That's why singing is very important. So we learned about major scales, we learned about intervals. Now we sing. So for singing, I would go with B flat major scale. Okay, B flat. So now let me ask you one question. What is B flat major scale? What are the notes? Can you tell me? So at this point, like I said, you should be able to tell me what are the notes of B flat major scale, right? So if you still have problem with that, then I would strongly suggest again to go back those previous videos and work on those a little bit. Those videos are the previous video you will find somewhere in the screen here, and the link will also be in the info box down below. So if you have problem with that, spelling out the B flat major scale, then work on that more. I mean, make those bass stronger. So B flat. I'm using piano because this kind of stuffs are easy to understand more with piano, because in piano you can see all the notes right there. In guitar, when we learn, for example, chords, we learn by shape. C is like this, D is like this, G is like this. We care less about the notes. But in piano, for example, if you play G major chord, you can see the notes, what you are playing. It's not just a shape, but there is note there, which we care less in guitar. I mean, we're G, okay, this is the G, we learn by shape. But anyway, you can do the same thing in guitar, but I will show that later. But anyway, B flat, we're talking about B flat. So B flat, what are the notes in B flat? B flat would be B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat, back to B flat. So that's the B flat major scale. And in B flat, you might notice that there are two flats, B flat and E flat. So it's also important to know how many sharps or how many flats in any scale, major or minor. That will be another topic. That will be a topic of key signature, right? But anyway, that will be another video. So now what we do is we play B flat major scale. B flat, C, D, B flat, F, G, A, B flat. So we try to sing. Da, dee, da, 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 da. So now while singing, you can, I'm doing da da dee da da da, but some people, maybe friends from Nepal, they would go like sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa re da pa ma ga re sa. Or people would go like do re mi fa sol la, so on, and C D E F, or with number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. But it's up to you how you feel, like how you want to sing. But I feel like going or whatever, ba da, or any kind of sound. But the thing is to get that sound, get that major scale, in your ear, in your throat, should be able to sing. So first you can practice, by pressing the scale. I mean, playing the scale, sing along. Da da dee, da 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 da. So sing that, practice that scale, and once you are able to sing with the notes together with the instrument, then what you should do is just play the B flat as bass. So then sing without playing in your instrument. What I mean is da 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 dee da da dee da do da da dee da. So I'm just playing B flat here, and I'm singing all the notes without playing in the instrument, right? So this would help you, or the idea of doing this is to hear the two notes sounding together. For example, first and second, B flat and C. If I play these two notes together, it would sound like this. Do, da, right? So you should be able to hear how these two notes would sound together. And not only with this, now I'm playing first and second. Now I'm playing first and third. Third would be D. So do, da, right? So you should be able to sing. If I play one, you should be able to sing third. Do, da, which is this third, first and third, right? In the same way, do the same thing with all the notes, all the 7 notes, right? So da, that would be fifth. Pa, see, that's fifth. And now this is 4. Right? So the idea here is to be able to sing the intervals, right? So first, second, first, third, first, fourth. Do, da, do, ba, do, da, do, da. First and fifth, do, da, 6, major 6, do, da, major 7. So that's why to be able to do this, you should first sing the major scale only. Sorry. Right? And so on, right? So sing those note major scale, and then what I did, separate those notes and play with the bass, and second, listen how it sounds and try to sing do da, and third do da do da, third do da, fourth do pa do da, sixth again do da, do the octave A, right? And we would do the same thing with minor scale. You can do the same thing with minor scale, but first stick to the major scale, get all the major intervals, first, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, and octave, which is 8. So get those major scale first in tune with your in your throat, and test yourself and play randomly anything if you can. Then try to hear and try to say which interval it is. Do ba, do da. This is major third. Okay, now I'm just doing like this randomly, but test yourself. And like I said, same thing you can do in guitar as well. If you don't have piano, then B flat. Da da dee da dee ba da 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 dee do da dee dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da do da dee da do. In piano, it's easier because if you want to play 2 notes together, for example, B flat and C, which is first and second, you can play right away from there. But in guitar, it's a little bit tricky to play like that. You can't actually play B flat and C together unless you play here, like that. But in piano, it's easy. That's why it's much more clear to learn these stuffs in piano, because you see all the notes right there and you can play many notes at the same time. Which is a little bit limitation in guitar. Of course, you can play like this at first and second, but it's much more convenient in piano. But if you don't have piano or keyboard, do it in guitar. Learn the major scale and listen how it would sound. And the idea here is not to play in guitar your scale. The idea here is to sing the notes and recognize, okay, do da, that's major scale, do da dee, third, right? So once you can sing that, sing those notes, if somebody plays those notes, then you will hear, oh, that's actually second, oh, that's actually third, So that's how you will develop your ears. So singing is very important, and to be able to recognize what intervals they are. That's also important. That's also very important. But this will come when you sing more. That's why singing is important. So that's the lesson for this time about ear training. And next time we will come. Next time I will come with another lesson about ear training. But like I'm saying, as we go ahead, it's really important to do all the homeworks. What we learned in the past, you should really learn them. You should really know them, practice them, so that when we go ahead, it will be much more easier, and that will make much more sense, right? So practice singing major scale and intervals, right? And then we see next time. Thank you.